Hey guys, Jeanette Wilde. So, it's been a while. It's been kind of hectic and just much. So anyway, I'm recording this, it's day before Christmas. So this is some Christmas makes that I made for neighbors and friends. And they are so fast. I did this, there's 5 here. I did all of these in one afternoon. The one joy of having, have a specific paper set that has, all the ephemera pieces and little guys makes it just that much easier. But so these were made with the Graphic 45 Communique paper set, and it's really only, it was a 12 by 12. And then I've got the chipboard pieces and the stickers. So none of the pockets or the cards or, the only ephemera that I had was the chipboard and the stickers. Everything else that you see was cut from the 12 by 12 papers. So all the little other pieces are from the 12 by 12 papers. So what these are is an envelope notebook. Just a nice way to maybe jot down some notes, maybe put in addresses or phone numbers, maybe have it next to your phone so that, if somebody calls, you can just jot down a little note. They're just cute. And they're made from an envelope. Simple little envelope. I don't know what the size is on this one. Let's see, it is 9 by 6.5. So that's the size of this one. And it's just folded in half. And for this one, there's 2 ways you could do this. You could fold it and then use this as like a flap. What I would do, because this one's tiny, I would add another piece of paper over it, overlay that little flap and use that as your flap. And then you can use that as the closure to hold it closed. What I did though is I tucked it inside and then left it like that and used that as a pocket. So let's open one of these. And they're all, basically I did, because I wanted to do a bunch of them, I kind of did it assembly style. And that is the best way to go really fast, is just pick a way that you're going to do it and then just assembly style it. So for instance, I cut all of the paper first and I just kept them in little packs. So as I decided what all the covers were going to be, I cut all of the covers at once, put them in the pack. As I just decided what I wanted on my front. And you can see they're all the same. One large square and then one small square in the corner. Every one of them is exactly the same. And so once I decided what all my front covers were going to be, went through and picked out the 2. Cut all of those, put those together. So on and so forth. So each stage, I just did them all and kept them in a pile. So I didn't assemble the actual books yet. I just kept them in a pile. That way all the inking was done at one time. Then the assembly, all the covers at the same time, all the insides at the same, and then just, like I said, just assembly. One thing, do it all the way through. And it goes really, really fast that way. So again, let's take a look at one of these. And, all right, so, and this little guy is, one fun thing about Sari Silk is that you end up with little strings everywhere. All right. So you don't necessarily have to have a closure. Depending on how thick you make the actual book inside, they'll stay nicely closed. I've done this before, so if you have watched my previous videos, I believe it was like maybe 2 or 3 Christmases ago, I did the same thing. Made a whole bunch and used, wasn't this envelope, it was actually a different envelope. I think it was maybe a little bit bigger. I'm not entirely certain, but exact same thing. And so this is just a copy of that, but maybe done a little fancily, or fancy, is that a word? And this one I put on a closure. So those that I made before, those had no closures. So let's open this up. And you can see what I did was when I made the book, I put the cover pages on first, and then put the ribbon over that. Then I sewed in my signature. Then I decorated. So the decoration was the last piece. And I used the decoration to kind of anchor my ribbon. And it's anchored on the front. And then this is the back. And the backs are all the same. A square from the background pages, and then another piece that was cut from one of the 12 by 12 pages. And then opening it up. Each one has 2 different inside covers. And then so this one I left blank, so you put pictures or write. And on the back, since this, as you can see in the folder, you have this little bit of an indentation. The one that I made previously had a much larger indentation in it. This one's a lot more subtle, so you don't necessarily have to do this, but I liked being able to kind of cover it. So what I did was, this background paper is the same size, same size on each side. And I just glued it on this one around the edges and then here in the middle, but left the top open. That way this remains a nice pocket. Okay, and then to cover that, just to give it a nicer edge, because when it was on, it didn't quite, I mean, this one has a nice edge because this side, it doesn't have that little indent. But because this had that little indent, it didn't have as pretty of an edge. So to cover that, I have this little strip of paper here, and that makes a nice little pocket. So you have an extra little pocket. And this is just another cutaway from one of the 12 by 12s. And then in the pocket, from each of the 12 by 12s, there's one page that had some nice, these postcard things and different little squares, so I used those. Backed them on some black cardstock to give them some oomph. This provides you a nice drawing page, so you can use it to then tuck under a piece of paper and then write, so it gives it a little bit more stability. It's also pretty. And then just added a little tab, and then with a little book clip, one of the charms, or the chipboard pieces. I used my Copic black marker to just black that up a bit. I probably could have, paint probably would have done better job because it kind of seeps in, but gives it an aged look, I guess. And the last part, of course, is the pages. Now this is just plain paper, so there's no books, no scrapbook paper. Like I said, the intention for this is to be used as like a nice little notebook for writing notes. For each of them, I did have this one paper, let's find it in here, that had, it was nice and wide, and it had these little tabs. So on each of the books, wherever the very first page was that had this tab on it, I used one of the stickers and added a little sticker. And then on all of them, the front page has a little sticker as well. And that is the extent of the decoration that I did to the pages. Like I said, I wanted this to really be a notebook to write notes in. So it's blank. Also, that speeds up the process of making these. If you're not trying to overly decorate everything. And again, assembly. So it's, while they're different stickers, exact same spot, exact same page. Like I said, I always found the first page of the little fold-out piece one of the word stickers, and so that every one of them was the same. It goes really fast that way. So you can make a whole bunch of these little guys to have as presents, stocking stuffers, you know, that kind of thing. So they make, I like to make a whole bunch of things like this, and then I put them in, like, I keep a whole bunch of little Christmas bags, right? You go to the after Christmas sales, and I would buy up all those little bags, every size, every shape. Have those all tucked away, And then just in case someone gives you a present that you hadn't planned on. Oh, look, I made something for you. And what's nice is that if you don't go, so you can see these are not a Christmas theme, very much not a Christmas theme. Then if I end up, I don't need these for this Christmas, they make great, hey, suddenly somebody had a birthday. I totally forgot. Hey, here's your birthday present. Aren't you glad I made this for you? So, I make a whole bunch of these every once in a while. If I get a paper pack, or like I've done a project with a paper pack, I've got a little bit left over. Hey, make a whole bunch of these, set them aside. I've got them to go for the whole year. And they're so easy. And if you stick to a method, pick how it's going to look, and then just do that for all of them. It goes really fast, and they look really nice. So I'll just give you a quick look at all of them. I'm not going to open them all, but I'll show you the outsides. And there's 2 different ribbons because I didn't have enough of one specific ribbon. I think I like this ribbon better. And there's the back of this one. And again, the insides are exactly the same. I corresponded the little tags to what was on the front. And yeah, it's just one of the cutaways from one of the pages. Nothing different about that. And there's this one, the little camera. And this one got this little guy. And then the back. That one. And then this one. And then she's got her matching little tag. And then that's the back. And last one is the one with the pins. And again, it's got this cute little pen tag. And then there's the back. So that is my little share. Like I said, give it a try. Just simple little envelopes, fold them in half, simple little set of paper, and you've got a wonderful little present that can be, like I said, if you don't, you can definitely go theme, obviously, but if you don't go theme, then if you don't use them, you have something all year round to give as presents, random last minute presents. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you've got any questions, comments, please leave them below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you again next time.